In the words of Lex Friedman, we need more citizen journalists. And this series will tap into your journalistic potential. I promise. Literary legends, challenging the canon and the cult of authorship. In literature, specific figures have achieved an almost mythical status. Their works are canonized as indispensable treasures of human creativity. Moreover, these literary legends are often revered as untouchable authorities, their every word held in high esteem. However, as lovers of intellectual discourse, we must critically examine this veneration and question the unquestionable. We shall embark on an unapologetic pursuit of academic rigor, challenging conventional wisdom and reevaluating the notion of literary greatness. The canon, an arbitrary selection process. Establishing a literary canon, the collection of works deemed to possess exceptional academic merit, is a process fraught with subjectivity and historical contingencies. What makes a particular work or author worthy of inclusion while others are relegated to obscurity? The answer lies not solely in intrinsic literary qualities, but in a complex web of social, cultural, and political forces. Historically, the canon has been heavily biased towards the works of white male authors from Western Europe and North America. This exclusionary bias reflects the power dynamics and cultural hegemony prevalent in these regions. Moreover, it disregards the vibrant literary traditions of other cultures and perpetuates an Eurocentric worldview. The elevation of specific authors to the status of literary legends often obscures that literary greatness is not solely determined by individual genius, but is deeply intertwined with the socio-cultural milieu of a given period. Although it is undeniably talented, writers like Shakespeare or Dickens were also products of their time and beneficiaries of social conditions that allowed their works to flourish. Their inclusion in the canon should not lead us to overlook the contribution of countless marginalized voices and underrepresented communities whose stories have been marginalized or silenced. Literary legends are celebrated for their works banned, are often treated as icons of intellectual prowess, wisdom, and moral authority. This cult of authorship perpetuates the idea that the artist possesses a unique insight into the human condition, and their pronouncements are to be revered without question. However, this view obscures the complexity and fallibility inherent in the creative process. Like all individuals, authors are subject to the limitations of their perspectives and the biases ingrained in their societies. They are not infallible oracles, but fallible human beings who sometimes succumb to the same prejudices and blind spots as the rest of us. To unthinkingly accept their every word as sacred is to forego our critical faculties and forfeit our responsibility to engage in thoughtful, independent analysis. Moreover, the cult of authorship prioritizes individual genius over artistic creation's collaborative and collective nature. Like any art form, literature is not the sole product of a singular mind. Still, it emerges from a web of influences, interactions, and intellectual currents. To focus solely on the author is to neglect the myriad factors contributing to a work's production and interpretation. The myth of timelessness, a literature as a dynamic, evolving entity. One of the most persistent myths surrounding literary legends is the notion of timelessness, the belief that their works possess an enduring quality that transcends historical context. Yet, while specific themes and insights may resonate across generations, it is crucial to recognize that literature is a product of its time and reflects the social, political, and intellectual climate in which it is conceived. As our understanding of history, society, and human nature evolves, so does our interpretation of literary works. In light of new perspectives and knowledge, what was once considered groundbreaking and profound may be reevaluated and even challenged. The richness of literature lies in its capacity to provoke dialogue and generate diverse interpretations, allowing for an ongoing engagement between past and present. Conclusion: rethinking literary legends. In pursuing intellectual rigor, we must approach the concept of literary legends with a critical eye. The canon should be continually reevaluated, expanded, and diversified to include a broader range of voices and perspectives. The cult of authorship should be dismantled, and authors should be seen as fallible individuals rather than infallible arbitrators of truth. Finally, we must recognize that literature is a dynamic and evolving entity, open to reinterpretation and reshaping as our understanding of the world progresses. By challenging conventional wisdom and engaging in a thoughtful, critical examination of literary legends, we can embrace a more inclusive and intellectually rigorous approach to studying and appreciating literature. Let us celebrate the richness and diversity of human creativity, valuing the well established icons and lesser known voices that have been overlooked or silenced.